Hello, good evening Tribuners. Welcome back with me Mutiara in Indonesia News of Tribun Lampung. We will present you an updating and interesting information from every place in Indonesia. And here the complete news. The first news comes from Belitung. Unique banana tree in Tanjung Pandan, Belitung. At first glance, Muhammad's Yard, which is located on General Major Bambang Utoyo Street, Damai Village, Tanjung Pandan District, Belitung Regency, looks normal. But right in the left corner of the yard, there is a banana tree grove that is quite unique. Normally, a banana tree has one heart, but the 84-year-old man's banana tree actually has two. The bunch of bananas that are still green are forked so that they release a new heart. Not only that, Pak Mus banana trees also has another unique quince. On other trees that are still one clump grow branches. In fact, banana trees generally grow only with a single trunk. Initially, Pak Muh banana tree grew normally, but as it grew, the tree suddenly split into two. He said that initially the banana tree grew in the backyard of his house, then moved it to the front, attached it to other ornamental plants. Even the growth is normal, like a banana in general, grows, bears fruit and is cut down. But on the second fruit, Pak Mus banana trees began to show its own uniques. Since then, many local residents have taken pictures with the banana tree. Even some guests who come to his house sometimes take time to take pictures. So curious about the banana tree phenomenon, Mr. Mu had time to look for answer in the Holy Book Al-Quran. The next news comes from Jakarta. Rain handler services will be used if it rains during the Jakarta E-Prix race event. Head of Formula E organizer Ahmad Sahroni said the rain handler service would be used if needed during the Jakarta E-Prix 2022 on the 4th of June. Sahroni also mentioned the possibility of using the service of rain handler Rara Istiwulandari, who is known for her action at the Mandalika MotoGP last March. Sahroni said the Formula E committee would look for the most suitable rain handler service for the North Jakarta area, especially in Ancol, which is the location of the circuit. When asked whether the Formula E committee would use Rara service, Sahroni said there was a possibility. On the other hand, Sahroni hopes that the electric car race will run smoothly without being colored by rain. The next news comes from Solo. Mother and child become victims of a 3-kilogram LPG gas leak. The resident from Mojosongo Village, Jebres Sub-District, Solo City died due to a leak of 3 kilograms of LPG gas on Thursday, 19 May 2022. The head of Mojosongo Village, Winarto, said that the two people were the mother with the initial EP, 31 years old, and her son, Ki-Er, 11 years old. They became victims of a gas leak on Thursday, the 12th of May 2022. Both victims were affected by the explosion and were rushed to the hospital. During several days in the hospital, Ki-Er died on Monday, 16 May 2022, while the mother, EP, died on Wednesday, May 18, 2022. Winarto said that the incident was purely an accident. The next news is the shipwrecked Sirimau motorboat was successfully evacuated. The Sirimau motorboat, a passenger ship belonging to the Pelni Company, was finally successfully evacuated from the shallow waters of Ile Ape, Albata Regency on Thursday, May 19, 2022 at around 12:30 p.m. The ship, which was carrying 782 passengers, previously sank on Tuesday, May 17, 2022 in the afternoon. After being evacuated, the ship again docked at Lewoleba Harbor. Captain James Haba, the captain of the Sirimau motorboat, when interviewed by the media crew, admitted that he was responsible for what happened. As the captain, he himself admits that he often crosses these waters but doesn't want to blame anyone because he will be responsible. He admitted that there was an element of human error by the officer in charge so that the ship sank in shallow water. Furthermore, the passenger will still be served and the Pelni company itself will not be free from responsibility. Captain James also expressed his gratitude to God because the ship was finally able to be evacuated and all passengers were safe. He also made sure that all passengers were in good health during the approximately 72 hours on board the sunken ship. Captain James also expressed his gratitude to the evacuation team who had worked hard to shift the Sirimau motor ship from shallow water. When met separately, the head of the Lewoleba Harbor Master, Abdul Shukur, explained that the ship still had to be inspected after docking at Lewoleba or underwater inspection Liu dry docking. The next news comes from East Kalimantan. A fake policeman from East Kalimantan has been arrested. The man with the initial RG, 20 years old, a resident of Karangrejo Central, Balikpapan City, East Kalimantan Province, could only bear the shame when he was brought to East Kalimantan Regional Police. The reason is he is suspected of wearing the uniform of the Indonesian National Police even though he is not a member. The head of public relations for the East Kalimantan Police, Police Grand Commissioner Yusuf Sutejo, confirmed the incident. It all started when RG visited the command headquarters of the East Kalimantan Police Sabara Directorate at General Sudirman Street, Perapatan, Balikpapan City on Tuesday, 17 May 2022. Yusuf said that RG was looking for a colleague who is a member of the Indonesian National Police who served in the Sabara Directorate of the Regional Police of the Republic Indonesia with the initial MS with the rank of Brigadier General. Then RG deliberately borrowed a letter from a member of the Sabara Directorate who is on picket. From the official clothes, continued Yusuf, the identifier of his name and rank, which was second police inspector, was read. From there, RG interacted with the picket members. At the time, the position of the suspect claimed it to be part of the 52nd Police Academy and was looking for someone. Because it was not found, RG then said goodbye, strongly suspected of being a fictitious member of RG. Two members of the Directorate of Sabara, the Regional Police of East Kalimantan, that approached RG, who is at Pertamina Hospital, in the guard of the Directorate of Police for the East Kalimantan Regional Police. There, RG was interrogated and later admitted that he was not a member of the police. The next news is, villagers of Perdamaian protest demanding that their village heads not be sworn in. President of Perdamaian Village, Tanjung Morawa Sub-District, Deli Serdang Regency gathered at the Deli Serdang Region's office on Tuesday, May 19, 2022. They came to convey their demands that their village head with the initial THS not be reappointed by the region as village head on Friday, May 20, 2022. Even though on the 18th of April, THS succeeded in winning the simultaneous village head election and defeating four other candidates, the residents said they did not want to be led again. It is considered that TH's act of cheating and committing adultery with the wife of a member of the village consultative body has violated immoral norms. It appears that most of the masses are women. They are representatives of all hamlet in the village at the time. The masses came by showing evidence of photos of the affair, and it went viral on social media some time ago. In addition, they also come with banners and posters with various sentences. The action of the resident of Perdamaian village was closely monitored by the police. The last news is 61 years old grandfather is happy to be able to go on a pilgrimage soon. Finally, the long wait for Ismadi and his wife, a resident of Sungai Lulut village, is Banjarmasin district, Banjarmasin City, South Kalimantan, will soon be over. The 61 years old grandfather admitted that he was very happy because soon he would be leaving to perform the 2022 Hajj. For approximately 12 years, Ismadi waited to be able to be perform the 5 pillars of Islam worship in the Holy Land of Mecca. The same thing was also expressed by Fadila Huwaida, the youngest GCH, because currently the teenager is only 20 years old. Fadila admitted that she was touched because she was able to go with her parents in the midst of the limited Hajj quota. Before leaving for Hajj, Fadila admitted that he had made various preparations to carry out every worship while in the Holy Land. The total number of GHH Banjarmasin this year is 267 people, consisting of 111 male pilgrims and 156 women. They are scheduled to depart in the month of Julhijjah, or the upcoming Hajj month. On the occasion, Ibnu also advised that all GCH could also pray for the city of Banjarmasin in a safe condition. Well, I think that's all the news for today. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.